So this is about one-to-one meetings. And these are one-to-one meetings which generate inquiries without the sales pressure. And there's a very good reason we've developed this process. And I'll run through it, as you'd expect. So really, let's go back to where we are in this process. So what we're doing is it can start on LinkedIn or it can start within the community. Basically, what we're doing is going through a process where you can just directly arrange one-to-ones with people already in the community, or you can take people on a journey which starts on LinkedIn. You identify who you want, build the relationship, activate, connect with them, comment more to build a bit of a rapport, and then invite them to a one-to-one meeting. And then ultimately, if they download the app, take the trial, or even join, they are available as well to have a one-to-one meeting with. So let's figure out what these one-to-one meetings are. Now, it's a one-to-one meeting. That's a meeting of individuals. It's a meeting of equals where both have an opportunity to outline their business. It's not a one. And I've coined that because we have had past experiences where some people are a little bit keen on selling arranged one-to-one meetings, but they are really very one-sided. It's kind of just been quite a forceful sales pitch, which puts people off, generally speaking. We've had people who've been on a trial, they've been bombarded by one-to-one meeting requests, but in reality, they've just been pitched to. And that doesn't engender or build trust. So we've got some rules for a reason. So, for example, if you initiate a one-to-one meeting, you are the arranger. The first rule is allow your guest to outline their business first, and then you take your turn to outline your business. And secondly, no sales pressure, please. I'll come on to what we do to stop that. Now, the first thing to note is that you might see somebody who is a potential customer and you have a one-to-one with them quite naturally, but guests can actually, you can buy from your guest as well. Once you hear about their business and you get into a little bit more detail, which is why one-to-ones are so important. You get under the skin of the business and the product or the service that you're hearing about. And it can be quite appealing. Or you can recommend, because what you should do in a one-to-one meeting is talk about the kinds of clients that you seek. So even if the person you're meeting with cannot buy for themselves, they may be able to recommend you to somebody that is your ideal type of client. Now, when we've done these trials manually, 36% of these meetings result in an immediate inquiry and 38% express a future interest. So they work. Now, we've said no sales pressure, and instead what we do, the app asks the question afterwards. So now you've heard from that other person. Would you like to inquire about their services right now? In other words, send them an inquiry, which is done through the app. Or would you be interested, but maybe in the future? Or are you not interested? So the app asks the question. If it's immediate and it's somebody you've met and they're interested in what you talked about, you'll get a notification on the app and you'll have an inquiry. And the app can take you through that process. Now, it also, this is the bit where we had to find a way to police this, and it's self-policing. So we ask you to rate the other person afterwards. Did they give you time to speak? And did they put you under any sales pressure? Now, this is anonymous. This contributes to a percentage rating. If you get the right answers on everything, forevermore, you're on 100%. Every answer that is the opposite of what we want to hear reduces your rating, but we only update your rating every 5 meetings, so you can't identify a specific individual, because you might have been on 100%, then you've had a meeting with Joe Blogs, and now you're on 90%, so you know that Joe scored you down, which is why we don't do that. It's every 5 meetings your rating is updated. So it builds your one-to-one rating. People can also post a comment. You will see that comment first. If you like it, approve it, and it will be published to your profile screen. And you can track inquiries through to a sale. And if you update your inquiries to say it's either being declined or it's a sale, every sale update sends a request to the other person. It asks them for a 5-star rating and a comment. So you can build your reputation that way too. And that's the overview, but I think what we should do is do it for real. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open 2 screens. So the first screen, this is me. It says, "Hi, Ian." And on this other screen, I'm logged in as Pam. So Ian, it's getting confusing now. I'm going to arrange a one-to-one with Pam. So if I go to the one-to-one screen, I'll scroll down, there's Pam Case. And it's as simple as this, you just click arrange. And all you need to do is choose 3 dates and times. So let's make this 5 p.m. today. Give her no notice at all. That's in about an hour's time from at the time of recording. So we'll make that 5 p.m. as the first selection. It'll be a different format for this on your phone, depending on whether it's iPhone or Android, but the principle is the same. Or I might want, let's say tomorrow, 4:22, or let's go forward a couple of days, 10th, 3:53. So there's my 3 selections. So all I've got to do, click arrange. And that's now being submitted to Pam. And there you go. It appears in my arranged one-to-ones on my one-to-ones page. Now I'm going to become Pam. I need to switch my hat. So I'm going to refresh this. And you'll notice that Pam now has a notification. And she's got an invitation from me to a meeting. So I'm going to view it. And I'm going to accept the first one. So that's now settled. An email has gone off to both of us with the Zoom link for that meeting. So if I switch back to myself, so I'm now Ian again. This is my screen. Let's refresh this. So I'll go to my notifications. And just to show you that Pam has confirmed. So I get a notification to confirm that. I'll also get an email. So basically, it's all arranged. So now we're going to fast forward in time. So I'm going to go to my one-to-ones and pending review. Now we're going to imagine it's about 6 p.m. and I can now review Pam. And this is what I was talking about. So did you have equal time to speak? And I'll say yes, Pam was good. She actually shut up and listened to me for a change. Were they overly salesy? I'm going to leave that as no. She wasn't. She was good. She behaved herself. And would you recommend a one-to-one with them? And this adds to your one-to-one rating as well. Next. Now this is where the inquiry comes in. So I'm going to say, yes, I am interested in Pam's products. And I can also write a review. And those who know me and Pam know that we often do slightly comical reviews of each other. So there you go. I can now submit a review. And it's all done. Now that won't change Pam's rating until she's had 5 meetings. So let's go to Pam now and let's see what happens at the other end. So again, I'm going to refresh this screen. You won't need to do that on the phone, by the way. I'm emulating this on a screen here. So let's go to notifications and you will see that good news, following you one-to-one with Ian. Seeing what you do, they want more information. So that's confirmation of my inquiry. But I've also been reviewed. So let me just have a look at that first. And I read it and I go, oh, unusually, Ian's given me a good review, thinks Pam. So she can approve that one. And let's go back to the list. In fact, let's go back to the home screen. Actually, let me just refresh that. So I want to go back to the notifications again. So let's have a look at the inquiry. So there's an inquiry from me, and I can select the status. So I could put ongoing and sent Ian, info and booking page. There's no value yet and there's no sale date, so I can save the changes to that. And now I can keep an eye on my inquiries here. Or I can go back in and edit it. So let's fast forward again. So let's say that Ian bought that. And the approximate sale date, so let's put today. And the value, say, £100. Now, this does not save publicly. This is private to you. We may use some of the figures to give us some aggregate figures on, percentage of people who buy, average values, things like that, but we won't use any personal data. So I'll save that. You don't have to put it in either. And that's that done. So I've now had an inquiry and bought. Now let's have a look at what happens from Pam's point of view. So this is basically saying, oh, this is Pam's purchased. So what I can do now is I can view the profiles, find Ian. My Pam. I'm getting confused now anyway. But what you can do is you can add a client review. So after you've had an invitation, so I'm actually myself, I should be on Pam. Getting confused as to who I am. So so Ian bought. So Ian should be doing the inquiry, shouldn't he, about Pam? See, this is recorded live. So, okay, so now got my perspective correct. So I can go to the members page. I need to find Pam Case and review Pam Case as a buyer now. So I got there in the end. So let's go down to Pam. Click view. This is her profile, and I can now add a client review. I'll give her a 5-star rating. Absolutely amazing experience. I now feel extremely confident with LinkedIn and excited at the possibilities. Thank you, Pam. And I can submit that. So we've now done the full process. But let's have a little look. So let's go back. I'm now Pam again. Let me refresh the page. And we should now have a notification. Ian has just reviewed you. So I can now have a little look at this first. And if I like it, I can approve it. So let's go back to Ian and have a look at Pam's page again. So I'm going to search for it. So there you go. That's another way of doing it. You can search as well rather than scroll down like I was doing, taking ages. So now I can have a look at Pam's one-to-one review. So there you go. Pam was obviously an expert in the field and her client reviews. And that's it. That's the entire process. So this is a really easy way of, on your phone, arranging easy one-to-ones. The Zoom links go out automatically by email. So you get the links. You also get reminders an hour before. You get a reminder afterwards to complete the review. And just keep an eye on your notifications after you've had a one-to-one meeting. And that's a system that works. There's no salesiness in it. There's no pushiness in it. It's a meeting of equals. It's a great opportunity to educate people who may seek the same types of clients as you. So even if there's no purchase between you, you can cross-refer. So think about that as well when you're choosing people for your one-to-one. Are they seeking the same clients that you seek? And that's it. Thank you very much for listening.